If you are a beginner looking to get into film photography, the Minolta X-700 is what you should be looking for, and I'll tell you a couple of reasons why. Okay, so first off, the Minolta X-700 is highly regarded as the best mass market manual focusing camera ever, and it was produced in the 1980s and it was produced all the way up to 2001. So there's a large amount of these cameras out there in the market today which you can easily get. Not only that, but the Minolta X-700 is one of the more affordable options out there. A lot of people will recommend the Minolta X-700 and the Canon AE1, but the Minolta comes in at around $120 US, whereas the Canon AE1 you will find for about $250 US. So a huge difference there, but you will be getting around the same results. So the Minolta holds much better value. Also, not to mention that the Minolta X-700 cameras are very readily available on your local marketplaces, and you can actually find them for much cheaper. The Minolta X-700 is packed with features including 3 exposure modes, including manual exposure, program mode, and aperture priority. Aperture priority is a feature that isn't found on its competitor, the Canon AE1. I find that aperture priority is a little bit more helpful than program mode, which prioritizes shutter speed. Aperture priority allows you to set how big your lens opens up, and that will kind of allow you to choose your depth of field or the blurriness in your photo, and the camera will take care of the rest. And I find that it's a little more helpful than program mode, which will be much easier for beginners. The camera also has timer mode. You can set it and it will give you about 10 seconds, I believe, and you can take photos of yourself, or if you forget your shutter release cable, you can just set it on timer mode and it will take the photo for you hands-free. It also supports TTL flash, which is through the lens flash, which is basically if you attach flash to it, it will set the automatic exposure for you, which is really handy. The camera's viewfinder is also super bright and clear, which means that you'll be able to focus easily, and it also has a split prism viewfinder, which means that you'll be able to align your subjects, and once they are aligned, you will know that you will be taking photos that are in focus and are sharp. And in the viewfinder, the metering system is very easy to use and read. So you'll see all of the shutter speeds and it will indicate what settings to use. You can also see the aperture setting at the bottom, which makes it really easy to change and to see what aperture you're using. Also, Minolta glasses are built extremely well, and there are a lot out there in the market. Because Canon has came in and dominated the market, there are a lot of Minolta glasses still out there in the market. But that doesn't mean that Minolta glass is inferior in any way. It will still give you great quality results, and honestly is quite worth it. And you will find this glass for a low amount of money compared to other competitors, which is amazing. I've been using this camera for the past 2 years and it has not let me down. It's been such a joy to use, and the meter has been super accurate. It's been giving me super sharp photos and amazing color rendition. Honestly, there aren't that many downsides to this camera. Some of the downsides to this camera is that it is made out of mostly plastic, which means it's not going to be as durable as the all-metal Canon AE1. However, I still think that this camera is amazingly built and it will hold up over time. And what really matters is the glass itself anyways. Another downside to this camera is that it is electronically powered, which means that it requires a battery in order for it to function. So if it doesn't have a battery, it will not take pictures and it will not give you a light meter. However, it takes LR44 batteries, which is quite readily available, and the batteries do last a very long time. I think that as long as you are bringing an extra battery with you, it's not a big deal at all. So if you're watching this video and you're a beginner looking for a 35mm film camera, the important thing to remember is to not get lost in the gear. Ultimately, all of the results you'll get on all 35mm SLRs will be the same. And so I think you should just focus on getting a decent body and a camera lens and just start shooting. And really, it's just all about the experience and about having fun. It's always going to be a learning process, and maybe this camera will be the right fit for you. And yeah, that's the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.